You've seen reviews of fire pits on our channel before, but nothing like this. It's the BioLite Plus Fire Pit, and today we're taking a deep dive to see if it's the floating fire solution that you've been looking for. We've reviewed quite a few fire pits here at the Barbecue Lab over the past 2 years, and today's video is all about the BioLite FirePit. It's a smokeless fire pit that uses a battery-operated fan to supply air to the fire and consume particulate matter before it leaves the fire. Now let's start by taking a look at the specifications and measurements of the BioLite FirePit. The unit measures 27 inches long by 13 inches wide and stands at just shy of 16 inches tall. It weighs not quite 20 pounds and is designed to be very portable. There are 2 handles on the sides of the fire pit that make it easy to pick up and take with you, and the folding legs further reduce the footprint when you're trying to save every square inch packing the camper or truck for a few nights away. There's a USB rechargeable power pack that gets you up to 30 hours of fan power whenever you're away from an outlet, and the power pack can also be used to power up devices like cell phones through the provided USB port. Now there's a grill grate that goes on top of the unit that allows direct grilling over the flames and can be slid out of the direct path of the flames for keeping things warm by the fire. The BioLite website talks about their X-ray mesh that makes up the sides of the fire pit, and I personally find it mesmerizing. You can see through the sides of this fire pit, straight through the metal mesh so well that you can pick out the individual logs and coals while the fire is burning. Now, one thing that was unexpected with this fire pit is that you can control the fire via Bluetooth using your phone. Now, we set the fire pit up on the patio next to our outdoor kitchen, and I downloaded the BioLite app from the Apple Store and synced the fire pit in just about 60 seconds. There are 4 different settings for fan intensity, and it's easy to cycle through the options using my phone. So here's how the flame differs from the lowest to the highest setting. This is the low setting. This is the medium setting. Here's the high setting. And this is the max setting. You'll notice that there's less flame the higher you kick up the fan, so if you want a proper tall fire, I achieve that by having the fan at low or off. Now when I want to light a piece of wood or get things burning hotter, I'll kick the fan into max, but that will burn through your firewood quickly if you leave it at that speed. Now the app will give you real-time battery and power usage statistics, which I find handy to know how much battery life I have left in any given situation. The app is available on both the Apple Store and the Google Play Store, so if you're on either of these platforms, you're good to go. When guests come by the lab and see the BioLite, there's usually one question that they ask: how in the world does that work? So here's a quick walkthrough. The battery pack supplies power to the fan, which when attached to the body of the fire pit seals the fan into a channel that feeds air through 3 metal pipes. Those metal pipes have 51 jets that shoot air into the firebox while the fire is burning, taking any particulate matter from the fire and incinerating it before it can get out in the form of smoke. Now there isn't a lighting mechanism built in, so lighting is done like any other fire pit, but the air will stoke the flame and cause the fire to light faster and burn hotter depending on the setting of the fan. Now it's not just a fire pit either. There are quite a few additional accessories that you can pick up with the BioLite to add functionality. If you're planning on taking the fire pit on the go, the carry bag is a must. It's made of water-resistant canvas, and there are elastic loops to tie things together. The unit comes with a grill grate, but if you're into grilling, you know that usually you need a lid to keep the heat in, and there's a grill lid with adjustable air output vents that you can add. Now we cooked some shrimp on the grill as a test for shrimp tacos, and the charcoal flavor doesn't disappoint. The lid has folding handles and it's enamel coated, and when we're grilling, it comes in handy. There's also a griddle that you can pick up that brings flat top cooking to the BioLite. From eggs and pancakes for breakfast or smash burgers for lunch, the griddle adds all kinds of versatility to the unit for those who want maximum versatility while you're on the go. We cooked up one of our favorite camp foods called egg in the nest, and the griddle was really easy to use. BioLite also offers a prep and toolkit that includes a spatula and bottle opener, tongs that lock, and a santoku knife, all wrapped up in a roll-up storage mat. It's a ton of versatility for those who want to go all out. When it comes to cleaning the fire pit, there's a trap door at the bottom of the unit that you can sweep the ash through once it's cooled. You can tell how effective this is during a fire as well if you're like me and forgot to check if the door was fully sealed before you lit the fire. Now, they recommend using a large paintbrush to sweep the ash out, and it makes things quite easy. The grill grate is removable and it's cleaned best in the sink or dishwasher. Now let's talk for a few minutes about what we really like about this fire pit. Now, the first thing I'd like to mention is that this fire pit is generally smokeless, like the marketing claims. As long as you have the wood underneath the top air jets, there's generally no smoke with your fire as long as you have enough wood loaded inside. You need to have a good fire going for it to be smokeless, so if the fire gets too small or if the wood rises above the air jets, that's when the smoke will start to creep in. Another thing I love is a 360-degree view of the fire. You can see how the fire is doing through the sides of the perforated metal, and it makes the fire look like it's floating in mid-air. That's something that makes me smile every time I use it. Now, I also really like that there's ambient heat all around this fire pit and not just above the top of the unit. With some of their competitors' models, they are great at putting out heat at chest level, but not so great at anything below the waist. That's an area where the BioLite does really well in. I'm also really impressed with the Bluetooth connectivity on the unit, allowing me to control the fan from pretty much anywhere around the patio. The battery life is also great, and we can make it through multiple fires before we need a recharge, depending on how high we've had the fan during use. The last thing I'll point out that I like about the BioLite FirePit is that it's designed to leave no trace of using it behind. The legs keep the fire pit off the ground, and as long as you close the ash door when you're using it, everything stays contained in the unit. It doesn't burn the ground underneath in our testing with our grass, and if you like to leave a place like you found it, this is the fire pit for you. Now let's talk about some of the things that we think could be better about the BioLite fire pit. Now the first thing is that the portability comes at a cost of overall size. This isn't a very large fire pit, and it's really best utilized for our family of 4 without many guests. Now we use the Yukon-sized fire pit here at the house, so we're used to having much larger fires when we have people over, and the BioLite seems small in comparison because, well, it is small in comparison. If you look at the Yukon and the BioLite next to each other, you can see the difference. The Yukon isn't really portable and the BioLite is, so the trade-off for portability seems to be that it's a smaller unit. Now another thing to consider is that this is a fire pit that uses a battery-operated fan. While you can use it without the fan, it will have a hard time being smokeless without it, so if you want to get the full functionality of this unit, you'll want to make sure that the battery is charged before you venture out. Now lastly, the firebox is rather short, and when you go to put logs into the firebox, you're going to need to make sure that you have logs that fit. We buy our wood by the rick from local dealers, and our entire stack of wood is cut too long for the BioLite fire pit. In order to use this pit, we had to cut our wood down in size so it could fit under the air jets and fit the width of the unit. It's probably not a big deal if you're out in the woods using sticks and twigs to make a fire, but if you're like us and you have 12 feet of hardwood pre-cut, just know that it might not fit depending on the length of your fuel. So with the pros and the cons out of the way, who exactly do I think that this fire pit is right for? In my opinion, I think the BioLite fire pit is designed for people who want to take a fire pit on the go when camping or tailgating. It's for those with an RV who want a compact fire pit that fits in a custom fitting bag that won't put ash all over the insides of their camper. It's for techies who love the idea of being able to control fire at the flick of a finger on a connected device. It's also for those who have a limited space on their patio or deck and want a fire pit, but need it to operate without burning the material below. So those are all the situations where the BioLite fire pit would excel. So if that's you, check out the link below in the description or on our website at thebarbecuelab.com, where we monitor the prices in the outdoor living and outdoor cooking world to make sure you have the lowest price for the gear that you want. If you click the link below and make a purchase, you'll support our channel and keep the videos coming. For those of you who will click the link and support us at no cost to you, I want to say thanks in advance. Your support means the world to us, and we thank you. If outdoor cooking and outdoor living is your thing, please consider subscribing to the channel. We put out 3 videos per week with recipes, techniques, and reviews of the latest and greatest products in outdoor living. So hit that subscribe button, and I can't wait to show you what's coming up. This channel exists to help you improve your outdoor cooking game so you feel comfortable and confident inviting family, friends, and neighbors over, making your backyard the only place they ever want to be. If you're on social media, we'd love to get to know you on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter, where we have a chance to show you more behind the scenes and a sneak peek into what's coming up on the channel. So give us a follow on your favorite channel and you'll be the first to know what's coming before anyone else. I'm David Gafford with the Barbecue Lab. I want to say thanks so much for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next time.